It was one of the closest games that we have seen yesterday. But for now, folks, our first matchup for the day is going to be between the side of Unreal Nightmare against the side of Pot of Gold. And of course, it is going to be upper bracket matchup, the winners bracket matchup.
Yeah, so this should be a banger. Unreal Nightmare, just absolute legends in the scene. Pot of Gold, a little newer, but definitely have their work cut out for them here. Unreal Nightmare, just always consistent. Always have had this same for it feels like forever now. But they're going to be grabbing most of this initial time, 15 points and counting, 20 seconds left on this hill. Pot of Gold managed to find a couple and are going to find some time, but Webby with the clear, finding those beautiful shots on Degeen. Double A going to try and soak some time, but he gets cleaned up by skill. Flex going to manage to get the rest of this scrap time, looking to tie us up. But on our way to P2, we are Shifu looking for this player from Unreal Nightmare. That's going to be Dark. Dark going to find that kill. Dark going to get traded out, however, by Geen. And now Pot of Gold in the driver's seat. Only for a moment, though, as Unreal Nightmare break back in. Shifu managing to grab those back spawns for the side of Pot of Gold. So Unreal Nightmare going to have a bit of an uphill battle here, but they have the time for now. Big three-piece out of Shifu. That's going to be a clean 4 dead. Pot of Gold definitely in the driver's seat for this P2.
Yeah. Definitely making sure that they get the most out of the entire scenario over there. But Shifu making sure that he keeps his streak alive. Super Season comes in for a flank. Totally unexpected one for the side of Shifu and Geen, but he will be, of course, taken against. Blazing on the other side, up onto Rocky Wave, we do see the Plix, which we didn't see yesterday. The Plix is running with an AR for the most of the time. We did saw him yesterday playing with an SMG. Double on the other end gets the side of Plix, and he will be taken care of from the side of Skill coming against from the side of Unreal Nightmare. We do see the heals getting, we do see the points getting changed, and yes, we do see a lot of the players trying to just reclaim the entire hard point control from themselves. And for now, Unreal Nightmare and Pot of Gold, both of them are looking very much, cut towards the competition. They know for a fact that, yes, most of these players will be more than ready for all the angles that they are anticipating, and they know for a fact that, yes, there will be a lot of these close affairs coming down against the gunfights. So we don't see any one of these particular teams to remain very constant and being very aggressive against each other.
Yeah, it is just sort of a tug of war match right now. Unreal Nightmare trying to find that upper hand, and they have for the time being. It's a guaranteed lead going into a P4. P4 can be such a money hill if you can get this set up right. Webby going to clear double A off that point with a mythical headshot there. Good Lord, Geen has a bit of a read, bit of a pinch on to Dark. Dark going to fall to Geen. Super going to find the trade, though. We're looking at 3 bodies around this hill for the side of Pot of Gold. But as I say that, we're looking at none, as Webby is going to be good for 2, trying to make it 3 with some spicy little wall bangs. Not going to be able to find those shots, though. Big contest coming in, trying to stop the bleeding. Is Pot of Gold, are they able to cauterize the wound? No, they're not, because Skill has the beamer. Going to hop on board here with Double A, currently sitting 5 and 10. Not a great start from him. Geen going to be able to find an opener. However, that's going to be 3 dead in the feed for Unreal Nightmare. Pot of Gold sent packing. Flex trying to do his best to stabilize his team here, trying to find anything, trying to lock down this P1. But Super comes in from the side with the double. Webby going to find a 3rd, and Double A, the last player left standing. Trying to hit a flank, going to try and get this read on Super Season, but he gets cleaned up by Skill. Super with the beamer.
Yeah, as a rotation, objective rotation comes back to the side of Fountain, we do see a lot of these people just going back to the center of the map as soon as possible. We do see Skills up onto that balcony area, making sure nobody comes in from the hallway, gets the first one. The second goes by down the stairs, but Geen comes back. Wavy comes back to take out the side of Plix. So Dark on the other hand makes sure that he gets a trade on Geen. And look at the side of Super Season. Everybody from the side of Unreal Nightmare looks super stoked right now. 16-7 for the side of Skill. Super Season 14-11, and Wavy with 16 frags and only 7 deaths. looking up when we talk about the similar stats coming in from the side of Portugal, it's not exactly the same. We only see the side of Geen to be on the positive KD, but for the side of Unreal Nightmare, that has to be in the controlling, and they are able to flush out most of these gunfights. Coming in for the favor of Unreal Nightmare, and then they are able to flush out all of the people from the side, all of the guys from the side of Pot of Gold, and clear strategies that they're able to just get control of the hill for the maximum durations. 156 to 69, not a lot of a good looking way for the side of Pot of Gold, and it looks like Unreal Nightmare will be definitely the team to secure the first 200 point here on the first map.
Yeah, they're ever closer every second that passes by. AA on a bit of a pinch, but Skill might be able to read it, might be able to play upset here. AA going to be able to find one, not going to be able to find anything else. Webby going to be able to find him before getting traded out. Nope, sorry. Webby's still up on that point, still soaking that time. 180 and climbing. Plix said, chalk it up, boys. Let's go new. And that's exactly what Pot of Gold is doing. They're trying to get this clean setup. They need a full 60 to get back into this game. Actually need a few full 60s to get back into this game. Shifu on the counter attack. And oh my goodness, is Unreal Nightmare absolutely unreal right now. Instantly breaks the setup, soaking that time, hits that 200 point mark, winnable off this hill. Skill just has the skills to pay the bills, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has got a snapper on him. Shifu doing his best, fighting in this bottom connector, manages to tag that player up. Not going to be able to find the kill. Geen, however, gets the contest only momentarily before getting cleaned up. Plix going to get tagged up by that player, top plat. Not going to be able to find anything except for a momentary contest. AA on the flank. Not going to be able to find anything. Bit of a contest here from Geen before getting cleaned up. Geen's going to be able to find two. Nobody collecting time now, but only 10 seconds remain in this hill. E4 about to pop. Super in just an absolutely stellar position there. Going to be able to find Geen. Plix going to be able to find the trade before getting traded out himself. And good Lord, Dark is able to find two. Unreal Nightmare once again in the driver's seat. 13 seconds remaining in this game if the side of Pot of Gold can't do anything, and they are getting cut down as they spawn.
Oh. They cut down, getting to be frankly speaking, they got mowed down, in my opinion. I mean, for the side of Unreal Nightmare, I'm not sure about it. We'll see it
here. Oh,
nah.
Nope. Looks like it's a Hossy again. Big Hossy teams here, eh? So, yeah, we're going to see a Hossy search and destroy. As much as I dislike Hossy, this may be my favorite search map in the competitive rotation. Super getting active very early. Going to be able to find one before getting traded out by Shifu. Trades back and forth with Unreal Nightmare coming out ahead. 2v1. Plix in a bit of a predicament here. Stuck top white, top cutout, whatever you want to call it. Skill seems to know exactly where he is. Eyes on bomb as well. Like in a pickle.
Yeah, for the side of Skill, he definitely knows for a fact that he has to be right there. He's in a very good sweet spot. But for the side of Flex, who is in a 1v2 scenario, has to first get the bomb, get the control of the bomb, try to make sure that he has the right kind of utility. I mean, for now, I only see all the nades with him, but he definitely knows the location on the bomb, but he doesn't know where exactly the two players are. He gets the control of the bomb, gets a little bit of that beating. Of course, both of the players are going to come in from the same angle, so it's going to be a chance, maybe, but nah. It's going to be the first round victory in the Search and Destroy coming in for the side of Unreal Nightmare. Possibly could have... What do you say, Night Flash? I mean, both of the players were coming in from the same angle, so maybe if Plix would have just waited a little bit, or that was a wrong approach. What do you think about this?
I don't think he had the wrong approach. I just think he got unlucky. He got tagged up while grabbing the bomb.
Right.
You know, if he's full health, taking that first gunfight, it's winnable, and then he can sort of get out and play his life. It's definitely a tough spot though. If I'm him in that situation, I'm playing for a kill, not so much playing for the bomb. But yeah, it's all very dependent on the situation that you're in and who you're playing against. And he would know better than I would about who he's playing against here. But Shifu going to get blooded there. And Unreal Nightmare once again find the advantage early in this round. 3v4, bomb going down on B. Bit of a tag on Planter. However, does manage to get out with his life. Plex somehow lost that gunfight. Don't know how, but Dark able to win that one. Geen on a bit of a pinch. Dark going to be able to win that one as well. Somebody check his ping. He's shooting beams. Double A left up in a 1v4, not going to be able to find anything. He's shooting marshmallows while they're shooting bullets. Unreal Nightmare with a perfect round. Plant goes down, nobody dies. Just all in all, just a perfect round. Webby fries him with an SMG.
I guess the entire scenario of Pot of Gold not able to win gunfights and just I don't know. By the looks of it, it just looks like apart from the side of Plex, apart from the side of Shifu, I mean, of course, in this particular series, Plex hasn't able to kill, at least get one after the second round is done. But I don't see that communicative, cohesive effort. Don't get me wrong. We do see them, of course, saying that individual sheer power that you definitely need to do in a game like Call of Duty. But this is a competitive play, folks. You just gotta be right there to pick up those trades. You just gotta communicate it so well that the other player knows exactly how to counter that situation, though. Upon to that second floor area control, yes, both of the players, we do see some of the exchange of the projectiles. One of the players have no idea it's going to be Flix. Come on, that was a freebie, and that's going to be a second one. Bomb has been dropped.
Dark doing just God's work in this secret. Dean, you're going to be able to find Bomb, however, still in the life disadvantage. 3v2, make it a 1v2. As Geen is going to be able to find one, but his position is known. He does have Bomb, but it's not going to matter. As Unreal Nightmare know his location and surround him for the round win. 3-0 is our round count. Going into round number 4 here at Pot of Gold have to wake up, and they've got to wake up quickly. Otherwise, they're getting sent packing to that loser's bracket. Try and make a run there. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to or not.
It looks hard for them. Not gonna lie, dude. It looks really, really hard for them to, win up against the side of Unreal Nightmare, especially in the search and destroy, where we do see Dark just going all out in when he has the opportunity to just mow down all of the players coming in from the side of Powder Gold. But let's be super season itself. But skill on the other end, he is definitely on a streak. We do see the 4 kills coming back to back for him in the last round itself. And for now, we do see the push coming off onto the side of Site 8 from the side of Unreal. And that's going to be Shifu to go down, one of the prime man from the side of Pot of Gold. And every time we have seen him going down for the first time, I mean, in for the early stages of the game, we have seen Unreal Nightmare winning out that particular round. So it's a chance for Pot of Gold to prove us wrong, prove us everybody wrong who are able to kind of doubt them. But when he gets down the side of Double A, Green is able to get one, but Green will be traded off for the other one. And it's going to be a 1v3 scenario for the side of Plex, which will be definitely taken care of from the side of Unreal Nightmare. It's going to be a straight up 0-4. One more round to secure that map point in this one, but still, Pot of Gold needs to have that 2 more rounds before Unreal Nightmare takes up that victory in this particular match.
Yeah, it's do or die for them right now. Really, like it's looking rough, and we always talk about momentum. When you get a 6-0 or get 6-0'd in Search and Destroy, you have no momentum going into map 3.
Definitely.
And when you get a 6-0, you have all the momentum. You're fully in the driver's seat. You're living rent free in your opponent's heads. Looks like it's going to be an A take here, but skill able to read it. Gonna find that opener. Not gonna find anything else. Definitely spotted a second player, but in the background,
nice.
Plex and Double A gonna be able to find a couple. Double A does get traded out by Webby, making this a 2v2. Make it a 1v2. As Super is able to find Plex. Shifu left up in this 1v2, manages to find some tags. Not going to be able to find the kill just yet, though. Does manage to find one onto Super before running into Secret. Webby knows he's there, and I think Shifu knows Webby's there. Definitely does now. He saw that smoke or that dust. Shifu on the taking a route, trying to find this player. However, Wevy has just up and left. He's gone to B.
Uh,
Shifu's going to A. Shifu's going to get this bomb down. Unless Wevy gets the check. Nope, Wevy on his way back. Maybe back?
Not sure. He's going to come after the plant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a post-plant situation, 1v1, Wevy versus Shifu. Wevy does have both guns at his disposal, and Shifu just opting to go just about as far back as you can in the map.
Yeah. A better way to be on a post plant situation. Just secure our angles. Just don't be a little bit just eager to just peek out. But that was Nate coming out from the side of Shifu. For now, and the 10 seconds left on the clock, possible way that is definitely going in for the side of Pot of Gold. There we go.
Yeah, he could have defused about 6 times over with how long he was on site. And Shifu just plays that to perfection, doesn't risk losing the gunfight and giving him time to defuse, just makes him tweak just enough that he's not willing to hop that bomb. And Pot of Gold do manage to claw one round off of Unreal Nightmare. Is this going to be the momentum shift that they need, or are we going to look at more of the same? Unreal Nightmare just having an absolute day out here on Hossie Search and Destroy.
I mean, that could have that can definitely be the start of the momentarily shift that we want to see favoring the side of Pot of Gold. That we all want to see, man. We definitely want to see both of the teams fighting off to fight each other till the end. But for now, it's going to be no more. Not yet. One of those early players coming out that we have seen the past couple of rounds. But as I said, that's going to get against the side of Shifu. There you go. Keen takes care of Wavy. A quick succession of trades to even out the man odds, and that's going to be a 3v3 now. We do see one of the players running around toward the side B, and Super C knows for the fact that he can just take him down very easily. Possible to go in for the plant A, just going to be right there, and the bomb has been dropped from the side of Unreal Nightmare in a very secure location, though, for the side of Pot of Gold to defend this out. But Skill probably wants to rotate, or he's waiting for the other man to arrive, and he's definitely going to wait for the other man to arrive, and he definitely planted the bomb at the B site. Now in a 2v2 scenario, post-plant situation is on. We do see one of the flashes getting stoked over there. But Skill, oh boy, how did he know? He gets one though, double A in a 1v1. But nah, it's going to be Unreal Nightmare to secure out 5-1 on this Search and Destroy. Overall, a very great round compared to what we have seen in the in the previous rounds for the side of Pot of Gold. But Skill was definitely more than ready to take out the guy who was coming in from the eastern angle.
Yeah, it was a perfect read. He knew that player was going to be pitching, knows the other player's location after his teammate falls, gets the damage in, 3 of charge, and then just goes instantly for the rechow. Big ego here. Double A going to be emoting in spawn. Interesting. Maybe he's just chalking it up. He's currently 5-6, so doing God's work for his team. Shifu having a bit of a struggle, 2-5, 3-6, 5-6. Just a bit of a struggle out of the boys over here at Pot of Gold, and they're doing a bit of a weird strat here, not leaving spawn. I think they may just be throwing this round, or they're trying to freak Unreal Nightmare out. One of the two. Up on board here with as he starts to leave spawn, and he's going to get cut down. Apparently, spawn is the only safe place for Pot of Gold.
There we go. It's going to be everybody just going up one by one. Double A gets one. Ooh, he gets a 2. Now in a 1v2 spot, possibly a clutch. I mean, we have seen Double A in a lot of potential clutches for yesterday, but there we go. Unreal Nightmare wins out the second map as well, and with a scoreline of 6-1, I gotta say it's fun.
But yeah, we're gonna hop on board with the control. Once again, it is gonna be Hossie. Let's see if this G8 barrel really makes that much of a difference, or if it's gonna be more of the same Unreal Nightmare slammage.
Yeah, it should better make a difference, Flash. It should better make a difference for the side of Pot of Gold, but Exactly what we're able to see. Unreal Nightmare gets the best of it. Right now, for the early couple of frags coming in from the side of skill, and everybody, like Wavy is already on a 3-0 streak, on a 3-0 streak. But on the other end, pot of gold, we do see a couple of, oh, come on, clicks. Cannot do that. Cannot do that. Couple of freebies being given away from the side of pot of gold. It's going to be double A. Knows for a fact that's going to be someone behind the rock boulder. A little bit of that pre-fire comes back to the cover, going for the reload, and will be more than taken care of from the side of skill. On the other end, we do see Shifu making the best of it, though. He has managed to secure 1, 2, 3, just a couple of kills, though. It's 20-26, Unreal Nightmare in the lead.
Yeah, and I think this is a statement from Unreal Nightmare, just sort of saying, "Hey, barrel doesn't matter. We're still better." Lots of body shooting going on right now as well. Webby just on an absolute tear, currently 7-1. He was the player accused, and that was using the barrel. He's really showing that it doesn't matter. Geen going to be able to find one there, but is it going to be enough? Geen going to be able to find a second. Gets onto that point just momentarily, but Webby once again shuts that down. 9-2. Already taken nearly a third of the enemy's lives away. Just himself alone. Gonna hop on board there with Dark momentarily. No ticks achieved, hardly any lives lost for the side of Unreal Nightmare. They're out for blood right now.
Yeah, hoping to see, a little bit of that, but just improvised gameplay coming up from the side part of the. Don't get me wrong, we do see a kind of like Parago is trying to rush things out. Don't get me wrong, but it looks like it. But for now, folks, yes, the first round has been already secured in this country from the side of Unreal Nightmare, and it's safe to say that attachment didn't make a difference, Flash, or there's more of it.
I would more so say that the accusation and the wanting to FF them made more of a difference. Look at Webby; he's a man on a mission. 10-2, sorry, 10-3 now. He definitely now has something to prove, because saying, oh, you're using a G8 attachment, blah blah blah, that's an FF. Essentially saying that without the attachment, you wouldn't beat us. So Webby definitely has something to prove, definitely trying to put on a show here, and that is exactly what he's doing. Shifu currently sitting at 3-8, not the start we expected. 2-5 out of Plex, 3-6 out of AA, 5-7 out of Geen. Geen really the only one making an impact on the lives. As I say that though, Shifu getting active. The spawn trap tries to get set up, but once again, Unreal Nightmare battle back. AA going to be able to find it too, though. That's going to be Webby and Skill falling, but Dark in an absolutely beauty position. Geen going to be able to find that kill, though. Super manages to find one up top office. 20-19 is the life count. 2 ticks already consumed over at A. Shifu in a bit of a power position. Webby going to be able to find the first. Is he going to be able to find the second? 72 HP. Oh. Yes, he is with the snapper. Webby Click's going to be able to find that trade on to Webby. 3-6. Make it 3-7 as he falls just as we switch players. Super trying to do some work. Big body shots at a Shifu there. That's a little extracurricular. AA going to be able to find one. Gets taken down to 9 HP. 14-14 is the life count. Progress being made on A. B almost completed. It's like Webby's going to hit the rotation here. Hit the Jets. Got to cap this B point. Get that extra minute. That has been done. Shifu going to be able to find a couple, though. Brings a life advantage to the side of Pot of Gold. 10-14 now as Shifu finds another. Dark going to be able to find one. Dark going to be able to find two. 10-12. Geen trying to find some shots. Not going to be able to find anything there. Shifu going to be able to find one, though, before getting spotted out and roasted by Skill. Super going to be able to find another. 10-8. Geen doing his best to slow these players off spawn, but Webby doing the same. Going to be able to find Plex. Geen gets tagged up to 5 HP. 3 players for Unreal Nightmare posted up in the Pot of Gold spawn. Dark going to be able to find one onto AA. Plex going to fall. Shifu going to fall. That's going to be 3 dead. Geen, last player standing behind enemy lines, and what a choke stop shooting, and Dark manages to find that one as well. Progress on A being made. No tick yet achieved, but soon to come. Skill in a beautiful position, able to find one, gets out with his life.
No.
Recharge gets
my.
2. The extracurriculars are in. The mag is empty. Plick's gonna run at this A point. Has to contest at this point. Gonna be able to find one, not find anything else. Unreal Nightmare. Take round 2. Looking for the 3-0 in this control.
I gotta say, this was a really good show coming in from side of Pot of Gold till what we got 11 to 13 lives left in the favor of Pot of Gold. But there were a lot after that. There were a lot of these freebie kills getting away from side of Pot of Gold. Gotta say that, dude. We did saw them getting in the control. We did saw them at least trying to put down some tick in the control point. But overall, when Unreal Nightmare knows it for a fact that, hey, we have been accused, let me put down some cheese over here on the mill. They know for a fact that, hey, it's gonna be that small little rematch. Let me show them what we got. That was 10 to 13, and after that, everything just flipped over for the side of Pot of Gold, and everything went in the favor of Unreal Nightmare. So kudos to them for the side of Pot of Gold for showing at least a little bit of that improvisation when it comes down on a map like this. But overall, Wavy, Dark, Super Season, they are fired up all cylinders. They know for a fact that how they can just put you out of this mode right here.
Yeah,
Right
and
now?
this is just a tough look right now for the side of Pot of Gold. AA posted up on top balk, just looking for anything. Manages to find one. Shifu going to be able to find another, but Super in the back. Geen going to be able to find him. So a little bit of progress for the side of Pot of Gold. B is currently being captured. Skill, however, the next player up to task. Finds some shots into one. Going to be able to find the other. Finds the second. That's going to be a nice little cleanup for Unreal Nightmare. Plick's going to be able to find one in a bit of a rat spot, if you ask me, but who's asking me? Dark going to be able to not do anything there. Gets a tag with his nade, not going to be able to find anything else. Couple kills going either way. Super, oh my goodness, somebody PC check him. Dean gets absolutely roasted there. Shifu, 44 HP, tags in on both players, not going to be able to find anything. Shifu's going to fall. Big kills at a skill. Geen going to get involved. Plix as well. That's going to be 2 down for Unreal Nightmare. Make it 3. Wevy, the man to beat, going to be able to find one. Is he going to read that player behind him? No, he's not. Shifu going to be able to find that kill. AA on the point, stopping that clock. 7.5 seconds remain in the round. All Unreal Nightmare have to do is stop the capture of this point. 17 to 11. Pot of Gold is fighting back, and they're fighting back hard. 6 life advantage. Plix slides out, does get dealt with. Geen and AA, however, are going to be able to find a couple of their own. Geen does get traded. AA is going to fall. Shifu sneaky capping this B point. Dark is in for the contest, does spot him and cleans him up. 14 to 8 is the life count. 1 minute of time remaining. Geen trying to hit a flank. Not going to happen, especially if Webby has anything to say about it. Webby going to be able to find Geen there up on the top ropes. Big shots at a Plix, though. That's going to be a big opener, but Webby is there for the trade, stopping that progress, stopping the time from stopping. Shifu going to be able to find one before getting traded out. Skill going to be able to find a couple, finding Shifu and AA, sending them back to spawn. Geen going to get cut off in spawn by Webby. 21 and 16 he sits at. 6 to 6 is the life count. Pot of Gold had about a 6 live count advantage after A was captured, and that has crumbled. Plix in a battle for his life. No respawns remaining for the side of Pot of Gold. Plix not able to find any shots. Currently sitting at 8 and 18. Bit of a stinker out of him. Plix going to chow with the pistol. Gets cut down by Dark. Webby going to be able to find Shifu. 1 player remaining. It's Geen. He's off the map. He's going for a swim. Unreal Nightmare 3-0.